My question now is, what is the role, if any, of shorter term, so-called spiritual weekends? There are groups that go away for a weekend, and now there are a number of packages that is available, or courses like 10 Steps to Christian Maturity, giving the impression, if we are not careful, that once I finish the syllabus, I'm now a mature Christian, this sort of thing. What is your comment on the modern package approach to discipleship making? Corey, lead us.
I grew up on the ready-made packages. In Campus Crusade, we have this 3-day leadership training institutes during sem breaks. We have 2-week Bible institutes during summer when school is out, and we go through 10 basic steps towards Christian maturity. But I believe that for us who were raised in a non-biblical home, like we didn't know the Bible since until we came to CCC, these materials, all these trainings, these teachings are all very new, and they have been helpful in helping establish our understanding of the Christian life, of doctrines that it would take us a long time to figure out if we were just going to read the Bible on our own. But I think these packages became attractive and meaningful because of the context in which they took place. Like in our campus, we had disciplers, people above us, and leaders who showed us their commitment to God. There were doctors, engineers who left even their professions to follow God. And they would speak passionately about Christ. So we drew our inspiration from people who have walked with God, who have committed their lives to God. But these packages served as a source of equipping, a source of teaching for us. So that's it.
Right, thank you. Lee, being a pastor, how do you handle this?
I think this is a very sensitive question, but definitely package approach is good. I like to affirm it. The word being used is inspirational. Usually people are inspired when they attend these courses, but maybe they can take one more step. Some of the people may be able to get some instruction, but seldom they will get the people to be really involved. If we really want to make disciples through this approach, we need to go beyond that. Not only should we inspire them, we need to instruct them, we need to involve them, and then we even need to inspect them. If we have expectation, without inspecting them, we will not be able to see what the product will be.
Right. LT, any thoughts on this one?
Because I came to Christ through InterVarsity in India.
Yes.
And my background was not very different from what Corey was saying. We are from an Anglican background, but those days our senior Anglican priests were quite theologically liberal. So we found all our Bible teaching from the InterVarsity background. Now what I'm noticing now, being in RZIM, which is also a parachurch ministry, but in the context of Singapore, where there are very good local evangelical churches, we are now trying to integrate our curriculum with their discipleship program and do it alongside the local church, rather than take them out of the church to our own programs. Although we do have our training programs, we are trying to do this alongside the local church, which I believe is probably the best way to integrate only what our pastor was saying as well. Greg, what do you think of that?
Yes, I'd like to hear from Greg, because you have written 7 units and 12 units.
And I see that your books are published by InterVarsity Press. So.
Right. Keep on advertising. I appreciate that. I would just say the reason I wrote those materials, even though they are our curriculum and they are lessons, they're all designed to be used in a relational context. And I oftentimes make a distinction between a program and a relationship. And a lot of these packages are very helpful, but if it's just a matter of kind of lockstep walking through them so that everybody is at the same place at the same time, and you feel good because you completed the program, without really having been touched at a relational, vulnerable level, then I don't see a whole
Right.
lot of value in it. So the material I've written is specifically designed for these small reproducible groups because I saw a gap there in that content. So that's
Right. David, what happens at Christ Church?
What happens at Christ Church is that we tend not to use material. And the reason it's all good on the whole, and we do use courses from time to time. But I think that sometimes it's very, very easy, without disagreeing with anything that all of my esteemed colleagues have said about packages. No, it's just that we just have to be very careful. What is the meaning of what does the word disciple mean? It's a student, okay? You're talking about training and raising up students, and it's a process, and it takes time, and it takes the investment of a teacher, and having a student read a book or complete some kind of notebook or workbook doesn't necessarily make for a good student. What makes a good disciple, or what is going to bring maturity, is that a disciple asks questions. And sometimes it's hard to do in a program. You have to train people to ask questions from the text. What is the Bible teaching me? What is Jesus doing here? You have to be curious. You have to want to know. And I live pretty much in a Jewish environment, and Jews are very famous for asking questions. And that has to be encouraged and stimulated. And it's not that we're just dumping stuff on people from the top. And look at how many times the disciples ask questions. Some of them were dumb, at least we think they're dumb from our point of view, but they're asking questions. And of course, Jesus, being a good Jew, answers with a question. So I think that's an important aspect of discipleship. And in any culture, we've got to get people to ask questions, okay? And that can't only be done with a notebook or a workbook or a DVD series.
Thank you.